Now that I have the exhaust lightly mocked in, I'm going to put the rear motor mount bolts in. And what happens is you put these in, you tighten them down, and then you check the front with a feeler gauge to see if your motor needs to be shimmed. I tightened the two rear motor mount bolts as hard as I could get them. I didn't torque them, didn't put any Loctite on them or anything like that because I'm going to take them back out. But I got them in, wiggled the motor around, got them in, tightened them as much as I could. So these are the two front motor mount bolts, here and here, and they mount to the frame here and there. If you have any kind of gap, then you have to get shim stock and shim the front of the motor. Now that's a 1.5 thousandths shim, and it barely goes in at all. Just the very tip of it goes in. I can't wiggle it in any further on that one. And it's the same over here. I can't even get it in. Just the very tip of it goes in a little bit. So the reason mine doesn't need any shims is I have a really good engine builder that does this. And when the cases are apart, he puts them into a jig, and then in that jig he checks the alignment of the front and rear motor mounts from side to side and front to back and makes sure that they're all on the same plane. And if they're not, he machines them so that they are. The other thing you can have is in the rear, you can have where if you had two different cases or something like that, that they're not lined up together, and he'll flatten that surface and then check and make sure the front's in true with the back. That's one of the ways you know you have a really good engine builder. Guys that are just putting engines together that aren't really good don't have the machinery to do that, and some of them don't even know to check that. I really didn't expect that I would have to shim the front, but you have to check anyway. Even if they machined them, your frame could be out and you could need some shims, but my frame's good, my engine's good, I don't need any shims. So now that that's done, I'm going to take the rear motor mount bolts out one at a time, put some Loctite on them. Then I'll put the front ones in with some Loctite on those, and then I'll torque everything down.